Lentra and CNBC TV-18 Digital Lending Summit, Mumbai, India.
Let's cover another tech topic, accelerating innovation in digital lending and financial services by Bhavesh Punjabi. He's the Regional Director, Enterprise and Public Sector for MongoDB. Please welcome Bhavesh with a round of applause.
Thanks, Pritesh. You've been hearing all morning about how important it is to be able to structure data, to be able to go ahead and make sense of the data that's available. Speakers before me have spoken about how data today is growing exponentially and how a good job the systems have done today to be able to make that data available for companies like yourself as you make critical decisions about your business. Right? Akshat, can you hand me the clicker? So as we go ahead and companies like yourself try to make sense of this data, you will be wondering why MongoDB is here. What are we doing in a digital lending summit? What's our agenda? I think what's important and what everybody realizes, that data is precious, right? Systems, people, processes will evolve. They will move out, but data will stay. Data is eternal. Data is universal. And therefore, organizations across the board need tools and technology to be able to manage this data well. They need to make sure the data is available today for any application today or in the future, any platform, anytime and anywhere. And that's where we as MongoDB come in as one of the leading providers of a data platform that is new age and ready to drive and run with you as you modernize your applications. What is MongoDB, right? Let me spend a few minutes talking about what this platform offers. I think the first step of any platform is the ability to handle multiple kinds of data, be it transactional data, be it time series, be it relationships, be it graphs, right? You should be able to have a format that is able to accept both structured and unstructured data and store it efficiently. And I think that's clearly where we come in with our document model. It's a unique model which today lets you not just cater to data needs of today, but also go ahead and look at the new data types and formats that will come out as technology evolves. Once this data is now available and stored, I think it's important now to make this data accessible to different applications for different use cases, where you need a unified query language or a unified mechanism for you to not just analyze the data, but also provide data to third parties. In the case of lending, be it with co-lenders like fintechs, right? Or also make the data available to different systems, be it internally for management consumption, to analyze data trends in businesses, or for other parties to look and statistically see where the entire trends are going. And therefore, this unified interface language is very important as you go ahead and you start putting the data together. And finally, I think what's important is where is data kept. We've heard enough about the Digital Data Protection Bill, about different data privacy laws. And it's important that data today is available and kept, first of all, close to you, where in our case, we tie up with all the three cloud providers, AWS included. It is kept in country, so it is meeting the laws of the land. And finally, it's available in different ways, securely and resilient. So the data is safe, it's available, and is securely stored with different technologies. And it is sort of this three-layered structure that drives our developer data platform and is made available to organizations like yourself as you go ahead and start building out your data strategies. What does it mean for lenders like you? Very clearly, as you reach out to different consumer types, as you reach out to different organizations, you will look at different ways to integrate and use this data for your customers and internally for your employees. And that's where we come up with different sort of models or products. We've got our on-premise solution, which is called Enterprise Advanced, that lets you store data in your own facilities, lets you store data in your own secure environments with your own guardrails. Or then we've obviously got our Atlas solution that lets you work across multiple cloud providers and lets you store data if you're on the cloud, on any of these players, or also in a multi-cloud setup. Finally, once this data is stored, there should be three key reasons why lenders like yourself will look at MongoDB. I think what's important here is the three key important things. One is agility. Is your data available? Are your systems agile enough for you to make use of this data? What we bring on the table with this flexible data model and data platform is the ability to be agile, to be able to make use of your data and quickly innovate around the learnings that you get from the data. The second is your data resilient? Is it available to you in case of when there is failure of systems? Is it available to you when there's a calamity? Right? And again, you need a resilient architecture that makes sure the data is not just resilient but also securely stored. And I think finally what's important to you as organizations is the data real time? Is the data available to you as it's generated? If today a customer has made a payment for a long outstanding loan and therefore his credit score has now improved, how soon can you access the new credit score for you to be able to make an immediate decision, do you want to provide a new loan or not? Right? So is it real time? Is it mirrored with what's happening in the environment? And not data that's stale, data that is maybe a week old, a month old, maybe 3 months old. Right? And that is where having an integrated data platform is very, very important and is something that we provide. If I talk about MongoDB across the financial service industry, we work with a lot of large global players. You will see banks, which are obviously there. You'll see larger institutions. You'll see fintechs. If you look at India today, from the top 10 banks, the largest 7 banks in the country today are using MongoDB for very critical systems where they store, analyze, and transact with this data. Right? I'm just going to spend a few minutes maybe talking about exactly what we're doing with some of these organizations. Let me pick the first one, which is HSBC. Right? It's a familiar name. It's a global bank that you all work out. The journey with HSBC started way back in 2015. And like all journeys, they usually start out small. Right? You come in, you explore what you can do. We started with real periphery systems, be it your web or mobile app, be it certain systems that are with third-party integration. And as the confidence grew, and they realized that having a unified single repository for all data types really would help them become faster and better, they started slowly migrating larger and larger workloads to the developer data platform of MongoDB. As we progressed from 2019 to 2022, we saw that certain key systems where there was customer-related data, data that had PII information, data that required encryption, slowly started moving to the single data platform. Today, if you talk of it, I think our largest sort of success with HSBC is something we call the operational data store. It is a single data platform where all their applications across the bank globally talk in and are able to store as a single repository. It is this operational data store that is the heart of their decision-making process, where they're able to go ahead and are able to decide what to do with customers, how to engage customers, and what decisions to take when it requires corporates or organizations. Right? And that's the HSBC story. Maybe let's talk a little about Barclays. Right? A similar story, a similar journey. We started back in 2014. They wanted to modernize their entire data stack. They went about, like HSBC, started centralizing data, building this operational data layer that went ahead and gave them the chance to view data in a single pane. As they started integrating more and more applications, I think what they realized is that having real-time information was very, very critical to them. Right? They wanted to be able to assess customers, assess organizations, assess transactions with what's going on at the moment and not what is stale. And as they started evolving towards that journey, they realized that it's important that they're able to not just store data in a single place, but also query data real time. And that's where MongoDB came in with a unified interface and a real-time streaming. We were able to analyze data that was in stream. We were able to analyze data that's in store, be it cold or hot. We give them a unified interface for them to query all kinds of data. And therefore, they realized that that would help them go ahead and build a larger unified platform where they could take quick decisions. So that's the Barclays story. Let me talk about something that's more closer to home. Canary HSBC is a large insurer, primarily in the life space back here. And for them, as they evolved in their journey, they initially started on-premise. They had multiple applications that were there on-premise. They went ahead and they started deploying MongoDB on-premise in their own data centers. Somewhere along their journey, they decided to build something called Unified App. The Unified App at Canary HSBC is a single app that serves as the information store for their field agents who are out there talking to customers, for the underwriters, because underwriters need to take decision of what insurance and what policy and what premiums they want to work on, and thirdly, to their leadership. So for these three customer categories, they built this single app where they said, this will be the single source of truth for anything you do in the market. And that's where they decided to build that app on MongoDB, provide that integration and single view to that entire stakeholder community. Now they've gone a step further. And what we're talking to them is on AI. And we've spoken a lot about AI as we have through the day, right? How is AI helping you write better, make better claims, reduce credit risk, reduce NPAs, right? I think earlier on the day, people spoke about the growth of unstructured data and how do we drive intelligence out of the unstructured data. And Canary HSBC is now in that journey. They're in that journey where they're able to take the data available to them through multiple systems and then go ahead and run AI models on it. AI models for auto underwriting, AI models for claim processing, right? AI models for the customer service engineers, customer service people to know what to sell, what to upsell, what to cross-sell when someone calls in, right? And so that's the journey that they've taken. Now, all through this journey, what's important to understand is who we are and sort of what we bring on the table. MongoDB today is a global organization. We today have close to 45,000 customers globally across industries. Today, we are freely available for organizations to test out and try. Our source code is open source, and you are more than welcome to go ahead and to download it and run it with your data engineering teams and see how you want to use. Once you sort of evolve in that journey, then we can obviously engage you for enterprise capabilities and larger solutions that are out there. Today, we have a very large developer community. MongoDB typically works on JSON, which is a traditional development language. And today, you can talk to your developer community, and you will realize how comfortable with the solution. We are taught out of college. We are taught out as developers grow and evolve in their career. And therefore, availability of skills in the country is not a challenge. You can easily get skills to be able to build applications on the solution. Right? We're today also ranked as one of the fastest growing databases in the world. Right? We're fairly new in this space, but you can see that we've picked up and become very popular among the development community in general. And finally, I think what's important to see, what do the analysts rate us as? And where do they take us? So if you look at a very recent Forrester report on transactional analytics, or trans analytics as they call it, today we're in the leaders quadrant in such a short space of time in terms of the transactional capabilities we bring into the platform. Right? And they've tested us on multiple different parameters. Be it the number of customers, be it the performance that we bring in, the scalability we offer with a multi-cloud, multi-country model, and also the ability to be able to go ahead and stream data and analyze data on the move and on the fly. Right? So that quickly covers up sort of where we stand, sort of the value we bring on the table. We're today available at a booth outside, and you can come visit us, and you can come and talk to us and find out how we can help you specifically in your journey. We are happy to engage and to see how we can partner together. Thank you. Thank you for your time, guys.
Lentra and CNBC TV-18 Digital Lending Summit, Mumbai, India.